Caleb, I heard on the podcast it sounds like the coaching staff is saying if there was ever a year for a two-loss team to make the college football playoff, it could be this one.
Yeah.
What's the message from them this week, and is that still a realistic goal in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, it's a realistic goal. Yes, we have 2 losses. We have 2 losses to ranked teams. We have ranked teams, I believe. Utah's still ranked. We have 1 loss in conference. And it's, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was something that, me and Coach Riley talked about right after the game, in the Utah game, around 10 o'clock that night. When I got home, I was laying on my couch and I was just laying there. We called each other and we were just talking on the phone, and it's just like a weird feeling of, you still have that feeling inside that you can do something special. And he said to me that that night when we hopped on the phone, he called and he was like, you've had a weird / special career. We've done some crazy stuff together, and so let's go out and our time together has been absolutely crazy. Whether it's coming here and a 4-8 team to now being one of the highly talented and ranked teams in the country to coming in Oklahoma in a crazy situation. So just we've had so much crazy stuff, so why not kind of just add to the list and try and do something crazy. So to be able to do that, we have to go out there and be able to perform, and that's something we've been preaching on these past since our first loss is we've been stacking weeks, stacking practices, and it's our fight and everything has been showing, and we're just fixing some small things, and the breakthrough is going to be coming through here soon.
A few weeks ago, Lincoln was talking about how, because you guys have been together for a while now, there's a little bit more understanding of the playbook, and
yes.
When you guys game plan for
yes.
The week's game plan, like what are those conversations like? How have they evolved in terms of what you can kind of like suggest, what he actually listens to? I know he makes the final decision.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm not gonna say there's a lot to say, but there's a lot of different communication. Like last night we called, I think it was like I was coming back from treatment at like 8 or 9 last night, and he just called me. We were talking about plays and how do we think this is ran, or how do you think this will, how do you feel about this? And I give him back feedback and things like that. And then there's times where I'll just draw plays, or he'll say something and we're watching film, and and I make a remark and I kind of explain my my thought process of it, and he'll go, I actually really like it. And then sometimes we hear him explain and it's maybe it doesn't work out. So it's just a constant communication between him and I, and it's just been growing and it's been great.
You have the ability to make something happen out of nothing during a play. How do you navigate when to throw it away or say it's not going to be a play when you do have that special talent?
Yeah, to be honest, it's a weird and kind of challenging thing for me, because there's times where you need to understand the situation and and get the ball out of your hands, whether it's a short route or throwing a ball out of bounds. Or there's times where you know who you are as a player, and how much work we put into plays when they break down and things like that. So it's a weird kind of challenge to be able to balance both. And I still struggle with it. I still fight it every day. Whether it's in practice or whether it's in game, to be able to kind of balance that skill, I guess you could say.
What guidance have you gotten as far as that?
A lot of guidance I've gotten from Link is just understanding the situation. That helps out a lot in any of those situations of when to scramble, like the play before the half at Drive, or I said Drive at Cal. Just kind of understanding we have 12 seconds on the clock. Like most plays last 6 seconds. Like you have a little bit extra time if you need to do something. I scrambled a little bit and made a play and threw a ball to Lake McCree, and we just missed a field goal coming out. But just making plays like that. And then there's also times where you're in field goal position or in scoring position and things like that, and that you need to just understand, live the fight for another down.
Hey Caleb, talk to me about your performance on Saturday. Despite the 2 losses you guys went through, it coming out in that second half, it was a very important game for you guys to kind of stay alive here. Like, talk to me about your guys' mentality coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, we had a couple guys speak up at halftime, and it just brought a bunch of energy to to the guys and things like that. So the energy and vibe coming out, we understood that we had to go out there and fight. And the guys at halftime really helped us surge from when we came out that second half. But myself, I didn't play as well as I wanted to. I did throw the ball away a couple times. There was a couple times where the defensive line broke through, and I may have missed a pass that I normally don't miss. And so I could have played better. I could have played a lot better, and I will.
See one more.
Caleb, I'm curious whether it's from winning the Heisman last year, potentially being a high pick in the NFL draft, feeling like you need to score a lot of points. How much pressure are you feeling this year, and how has all the stresses of everything going on in your life affected you?
They haven't. I'm here at USC, enjoying playing ball, the thing that I love, and being around these guys for however long that I'm going to be around them, whether it's a whole another year, or whether it's however long we have left in the season. So enjoying the moments that I have, understanding that you don't get things like high school back, you don't get things like college back, and so it's something that I learned from high school, and I have in my senior year, is enjoying the moments that you have regardless of what year you're in, regardless of what your situation is. And so pressure, I don't think of pressure as a thing. I've said it a bunch. I think if you prepare for the moments that are up and coming in your life, it's especially if you manifest things that you work for, you're prepared for those moments. You don't feel pressured. You feel excited. You're ready for the moment, and whatever comes, like I said, you're ready for it.
Thank you, Caleb.